How much of Drew Barrymore's fortune comes from the British East India Company? So the British East India Company basically ruled South Asia from 1600 to 1874. It allowed the British royal family to pillage South Asia. It is hard to estimate how much in terms of resources was stripped from South Asia. Some people estimate it at $45 trillion. And to accomplish a heist of that level, the British had a huge workforce in South Asia. Something like 200,000 British people living there at its height. And in its time, it was the largest corporation in the world. As part of this, they did a lot of surveys. After all, if you are going to steal something, you've got to case the joint. And some of these surveys were geographic surveys. They also did tax surveys. They did surveys of the people because the British also enjoyed exploiting the human capital that was there. And now somebody's going to come in my comments and say, but didn't they build railways? They sure did. Those railways helped them get stuff out of South Asia so they could make money on it. Now, some people became vastly wealthy thanks to the British East India Company. The royal family, for example, can thank them for the crown jewels, or a lot of them. But for other people, it was a chance for the younger sons of upper-class families to make a living. A very good living, mind you. And so Drew Barrymore's great-grandfather, who went by Maurice Barrymore, was born Herbert Blythe in Amritsar, Punjab. His father was a surveyor for the British East India Company, and that money helped him go to Harrow and Oxford. He eventually went into theater. But remember, those roots, those connections served him well, helped him succeed, and that set up his son, John Barrymore, who made a huge fortune as an actor and lived in this amazing place. He set up his son, John Drew Barrymore, who connected Drew Barrymore to all sorts of producers from a very young age, which resulted in the sort of out-of-touch Drew Barrymore, scab hiring, affordable living maven that we now know. And so very little of Drew's actual cash money comes from the British East India Company. It's instead that her family had this incredible leg up due to the subjugation of other people.